Hi, everyone. I wanted to spend just a couple minutes with you to walk you through the project that's coming up in week 7. Let me share my screen and get this in before anybody walks upstairs and makes a ruckus in my house. So I'm going over the project ideas for ethics, and you'll see that it's talking about the paper. Okay, so but it can also be presented as a film, or I'm open to other creative ideas. If you wanted to do like a lecture with slides, write a paper, create a film, I'm open to however you want to present that. I think offering you creative options is really a clever idea. It's about 3 pages. Could be longer. That's the minimum. 1,000 words is minimum. If you can put the word count at the bottom, but it could exceed that. That's fine. The film would be about 5 to 7 minutes. Some people say, well, can I make a 10-minute film? Again, it's the minimum, so of course you can. I'm not really strict about MLA format. I know English 1A and 1C is, but I don't consider this an English class. The key is I wanted to make sure that you've done the research. So that's the majority of the points there. And so what is the research? Well, there's a bunch of projects for you. This is one I highly, highly recommend, but I don't require it. And it's where you actually read the primary readings of one of our great philosophers, the primary writings, I should say. So I give you a link to Plato, a link to Aristotle. I have the reading all as a Canvas page, easy to follow. Plato's one is called Credo. It's where Socrates is in jail. He's been condemned. He's been sentenced to death, and Creto's trying to get him to escape. And that conversation is very much grounded on an ethical conversation. So ethics plays a key role there. So that's an interesting one. Social political philosophy also enters into that. And then with Aristotle, Nicomachean Ethics, book 2, it talks about living a balanced life, moderation, never going to extremes. And then book 8 talks about friendship. Now, the focus would be on more in book 2, but a little bit of book 8 if you can read. He's really giving you the ingredients to be happy. His first book talks about to be happy, you need, philosophy, you need intelligence, intellectual virtue. Book 2 is you need ethical virtue. And then book 8, you need friendship. Those 3 things contribute to happiness. So the focus is on book 2, but a little bit on the friendship part. And then you've got Epictetus, a collection of Stoic passages, John Stuart Mill on utilitarianism. Sartre gave a lecture in the I'm trying to think the date. I think it's the 50s on existentialism and human emotions. And it's really a clear lecture. It's like an hour-and-a-half reading. He wrote it for the general public. It's a really good one. You've got Nietzsche, you've got some passages of his, but then I ask you to research some of your own. So that is actually requiring you to do a little more research than the other ones. And you have Marx's Communist Manifesto, a book that's not necessarily an exciting read, but one that transformed the world, radically transformed the world. And it's really important sometime in your college career to read that. So it's very clear. It's very short. It's chapters 1 and 2, and then chapter 4 is only a page long. It's not long, but it's very transformative in terms of its message for the planet Earth. Has an ethical message in it. A lot of people don't realize that. Communism, as we've ever witnessed on this planet, has been horrific compared to what Marx actually envisioned. So that's something to consider. Book 2 is really cool in Marx's Communist Manifesto because he lists 10 things that he would like to see implemented for a just society. So something to look at. Okay, now these are all past. I gave you a modern book, Sam Harris. I wanted to give you everything free. So I said, if you want to buy Brain Trust by Patricia Church-Lehman from UC San Diego, or Michael Shermer's book, The Moral Arc, or Sam Harris, who I absolutely adore, Moral Landscape. I love his podcast. Then you have The Moral Molecule by Paul Zak. He's at Claremont. All these are great, fantastic, but they're not free. So the only one I can give you for free is Sam Harris's book called Lying. It is very short. There's 6 sections. I'm sorry, I forgot how many sections there are. Let's look at it for a second. No, there's 13 sections. Sorry about that. But it is very clear, very easy. It's like an hour plus reading, not too long at all. This is a film called Social Media. I'm sorry, what is it called? Social Dilemma. And it's on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, that's available to you. A lot of students have already seen it. If you've seen it, absolutely skip it. Please skip it. It's something that I want you to learn in this project, not just like rehash something you already know. But if you do watch the film, it's 2 hours. It would be required to watch all of it and then write up the hour on it. Each of these projects are about 3 hours long. So there's a 2-hour film with an hour writing. And if you write on it, I wanted to make sure you include details from the film, not like, oh, social media is being looked at, but really tell me like, who are the people they interview and what is their message, and give me examples from the film. And they also have Jared Lanier, who's kind of the founder of like virtual reality. And so he would be important to mention, and just offer the details there and then the ethical message. And then there's some field trip options. I have MOT, which is Museum of Tolerance. Again, if you've never been before, it's something in LA. Very eye-opening. They have not only the tour, but they have like sometimes lectures and events going on there. If you did something extra special, it could be extra credit. Besides, if you just did the tour, that's fine. But if you did something extra special, like interview or like attend one of the lectures they have. But also include a picture. If you have any interest in doing the field trips, make sure you take a picture of yourself at the location. It's required, mandatory for the field trip projects. And other pictures would be great as well, but just for sure you there. That's the number one thing. And then the Eastern Center, it wasn't just to pop into a Buddhist center or a Hindu temple. I don't know what that is. Let's get, what am I doing here? Let's stop this. I have no idea. I'm having Zoom problems tonight. Leave meeting, leave meeting. Oh my goodness. I don't want to start over. I'm going to try to end this. Okay, now what am I into? Oh my goodness. Exit. Okay, I think I'm still recording. I'm sorry about that. I'm still pushing through. I'm too tired to start over. So it wasn't just to explore the Eastern religions. It was actually to explore the ethics of the Eastern religions. And a lot of them have very strong ethical messages. The Jain temple does, the Baptist temple, very strict animal welfare group. It's Hindu, but they're very much into vegetarianism. Also the Buddhist temple as well. And they also have their, the Buddhist principles. And so you just learn about Buddhism and the Buddhism ethics and explore the temple. Same with the Jain, same with the Hindu. So that may be something that's fun for you. There's a restaurants at a lot of these locations. There is certainly at the Hindu temple and the Buddhist temple. And you can eat, you can interview, you can explore the grounds. You just can have a good old time learning about their ethical stances. Okay. And then the last option here was I'm just open to any other ideas you have. Like one, I love this one, the cutting edge topics like ethics in VR, AI and ethics, even though we started that in lesson plan 1, just touched on it. You can go much more in depth on it. So there's a lot of options for the cutting edge topics. I wanted something like modern, cool, interesting, not just something, like abortion. I wanted something new and different, something we haven't explored. And then just some other ideas I have mentioned here. But I think if you want to cover a topic we haven't covered in this class, like we didn't really cover political ethics, business ethics, capital punishment. Those are not on our list of course topics. So if you want to say, hey, I really want to learn about that, that's really important for me, then go ahead and pursue that. What you're going to be doing is for the midterm feedback, it's not midterm, it's just feedback to me. You're going to be telling me what project you are proposing, and you'd start at week 5 and end at week 7. Okay, hopefully I wasn't too long and that wasn't too distracting with all those things popping up. Zoom was not working for me tonight, so I kept opening it and then it just slammed me right there. Okay, thanks everyone. Let me stop share and let me end it, and have a good night. Bye-bye. Namaste.